Hello, hello down there. How you doing? I wanted to today give you a bit of a face massage and see if I can relieve some pressure around your face. And I also want to talk about the idea of ASMR and the digital body. Idea is a strong word, but it's something that I've been thinking about a little bit in the past years of my ASMR consumption and what it means to experience sensation and connection and to have an interaction based on the body in a digital realm, in a way that is digital only. And I think that maybe this is not really the case for those who experience a lot of ASMR in person, but that's not something that I experience a lot, and I think that there is a peculiar amount of the sensation, and I mean that more broadly than any one physical manifestation, but just the thing that you experience that draws you back. I think there is. Is this crooked? Is this going to drive somebody crazy? Not me. I'm not a perfectionist. It doesn't drive me crazy. But I think there is a particular component of everything about the idea of being touched. But there's no touch. There's the initiation of touch, and often all the adjacent stimulus of touch, sound, visual, movement, but no contact. And that is interesting to me. And it's interesting, I'm going to dry brush you a bit to prepare you for the face massage. It's interesting to me that we find that enjoyable rather than deeply frustrating. That we experience. Hold on. Yeah. You're very dry over here, so you must be brushed. It's interesting that we experience that lack of touch in the offered touch as something enjoyable. When I make the move to touch you, there is a sensation, even though there's no sensation. There's another part of this that's interesting to me in the larger intimacy space of offered intimacy without actual intimacy. And that is, as we've talked about, part of all parasocial internet relationships. But there's something so bodily and embodied about ASMR and ASMR online that intimacy and the intimacy of a whisper in your ear, or the cleaning of a face, and yet that ear doesn't exist and the face doesn't exist, and the agent and the viewer's bodily interaction doesn't exist. But for me, at least, in many ways, the more convincing the touch and more realistic in some ways, whether that's by the sound or the visual or by the expression and mannerism, the more realistic it is, the more effective it is, which I find interesting as well. That's not frustrating, that's enjoyable, that you feel on your body the effect of my touch and my action, but it's your digital body. So let's hold that thought for a second, shall we? Shall we just hold that thought for a second? Because I'd like to get into some of this tension around your head, if that's okay with you. Yeah. I'm gonna see what I can do to just loosen up. First, I'm gonna start with your shoulders, okay? This here. Start moving into that trap. And that is often the biggest culprit of where our tension is. Yeah, now it's just gonna be a massage for a second. And then over here onto this shoulder. Yeah, and I'm just gonna really put a little pressure into that for a second. I'm just gonna use my thumb and these knuckles, and I'm gonna move down, down there. I'm gonna come on your neck, okay, the back of your neck here. And I'm gonna come back and press down right against your spine on either side, okay, of those vertebrae there. I think, hold on, relax your head into my hands. Relax your head. I'm just gonna very quickly. Yeah, that's really good. Okay, don't move on the other side here. Yeah, good. Really nice. Okay. Now, I'm gonna do a little bit of work here around the eyes, okay? Up past the bridge of your nose, and then across your eyebrows and down to your temples, okay? So I'm just gonna move my fingers up, the bridge of your nose, 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 and then across your eyebrows. This is where I'm gonna really put some pressure into that. Okay, I'm gonna up, then across the other one. Good. Okay, I'm gonna come into your temples now, and I'm gonna do some gentle circles around your temples. Let me hold your head for a sec. Yeah, okay. And I'm gonna get back in here. Good. Let me just palpate, press against the top up there. Press. Good, press. I'm gonna press and then hold, okay? Ready? Press and hold right there. Good. Release. Okay, again, I'm gonna move up and I'm gonna press, and I'm gonna do medium pressure here. Press, and release. I'm gonna come back to your shoulders again for a second. Then we did a good amount of work over there. We just want to make sure that this doesn't end up giving you more. Because when I put that pressure there, I don't want you to brace in your shoulders. I'm gonna come down your arms. Okay, I'm gonna squeeze your arms again. Down your arms. Down your arms. Nice, good. I'm gonna use a little bit of oil now. This is a very lovely oil that my mom's French friend used. And I've seen some of the girlies have this online, which I don't appreciate because I learned about this the old-fashioned way, which is your mother's 6-year-old French friend. That's how you come by it, honest. But when I do this oil section, the yapping will recommence. On va recommence. Oui, je parle un peu de français. Y'all bitches would be sick if I was doing ASMR en français. Mais en fait, mon français, c'est un peu roulé. Et moi, je ne suis pas une perfectionniste, mais je ne suis pas totalement bête de plus, donc je ne veux pas parler en français si je suis totalement fucked avec le grammaire et les structures de les phrases et tout ça. Mais c'est pas grave, c'est pas trop grave. Anyway, what I was saying is I'm going to talk a little bit about the other way that I think about the digital body and ASMR. Comes out a little spray. Okay. You can start to see a little bit of that beautiful glow. The other thing that I think is so interesting about ASMR and the idea of the digital body is that it creates your digital body for you, or you create your digital body. I guess this also depends a lot on what kinds of ASMR you're drawn to, but I know that because it exists in droves, lots of people are drawn to this. But there's so much about, I'm touching this part of you here. These are your shoulders. These are your shoulders. And this is the bridge of your nose. I'm going to put a little oil on your lips, okay, because they're dry. These are your lips. And I think there's something very much of our cultural moment and technological moment in the satisfaction of catering to a body that is entirely digital and getting extremely tactile and earthly and grounded pleasures. Going down your arms now. Earthly and grounded pleasures by catering to a digital body. And I'm kind of two minds about this. Okay, I'm going to come into your collarbones here. I'm kind of two minds about this because I think that there's something lovely in catering to our digital body and getting to experience touch and tactility and skin-to-skin connection digitally. I think that there's something beautiful about that, and I think that it answers a certain need. But I think there's also something sad and worrying, maybe not worrying, but we're thinking about what does it mean to lean into digital's experience of tactility, and in a moment where I think it's extremely easy, cultural moment, extremely easy to be dissociated and divorced from your body. What does it mean to have an option to have only that digital body catered to, where you can outsource some of that experience into the digital ether? Is that a good option to always have on hand? Is there maybe something worthwhile about our drive for close contact and interpersonal bodily experience that we should experience with our bodies? And this is, I mean, I don't know, I won't put too many disclaimers on it. obviously, this is something that I enjoy a lot and I'm a big part of. And this is the most participatory I've ever been on the internet in my personal life. And so there is something deeply divorced from loneliness of it, and something, against the poverty of life, as another brilliant, ASMR. Someone made fun of me recently, a layman, a civvy, when I said ASMR artist, but against the poverty of life, as another ASMR artist put it. But there is also something about how a body can touch a body, and how a digital body can't ever touch a body. And so in some ways that breaks through boundaries of wanting and needing, and it breaks through boundaries of how we touch and how we relate. And in other ways it makes me feel that it can sink us, and I've noticed in myself it can sink you deeper into a digital body, put you into a digital body that you are divorced from. Certain types of ASMR. Not that there's any moral hierarchy to any of it, just certain types of ASMR make me think about that when they deal very concretely with your body. And so, in what ways does this lean into the most fully, or one of a fully formed way of experiencing a digital body, in the same way that, video games and having an avatar is digital embodiment? None of this is new thinking, but it's my own personal thoughts. But yeah, how does that contribute to and evolve digital embodiment? And what does it mean to so concretely create a digital body with all of its constituent parts in a way that can never be touched, but its whole object is to be touched? There's no ending thought. That is just that. That's the whole thing. I was just taking